I'd like to make a short video here just to give you an overview of how to do the exam so that you can get an idea of how they're similar to what you've seen before in terms of the homework assignments and how things are a little bit different. Okay, so I'm going to go to our course here and I will look at this as you see it. Okay. So if I wanted to take the exam, as you see here in topics, you would have been here in how to learn in this class, topic 1, 2, 3, and then you would see exam 1. Okay, so I'm going to click on exam 1 and then click on it again, and it provides me a direct link to the exam. So let's talk first about the settings. The exam has to be completed by this time, by Sunday at 11:55 p.m. So if you have 2 hours to complete it, you'd want to start it by 9:55, obviously, if you think you're going to need the entire 2 hours. Otherwise, you are going to be rushed. So it is timed. That's one way in which it's different than the homework assignments. Second, you only get to do this exam once. So obviously, that's a significant way in which it's different as well. So you're only taking the exam once, and it is timed. Now, it is my understanding, it is my expectation that you will be using any materials you need to do the exam. Meaning you have the internet, you have your books, you have the lectures, you have all these things. But let me tell you already, you will not be able to complete the exam in time if you look up everything. I know how Google works. I've Googled many of the questions that I'm asking you, so I know that you will be able to find answers. I do not doubt that you will be able to find answers. I just don't think you'll be able to find them all in the time that you have. So it's not that you need to study as if this was an in-person closed book exam. You don't have to know everything, but you do need to be comfortable with the material so that you can understand it beyond just thinking, hey, I can just Google everything. Okay, so then I would say begin assessment. Well, I guess you're already seeing here the first question. But anyway, you can see that you have the time remaining, so it will be, and hopefully that's not too stressful to you. If it is, you can just hide it. But it will do the timing for you, and that basically you'll see that you pick your choices, and then you would either say save if you want to save it and go on to other things, or you would hit next. You would then do the whole exam, and you can look over everything again and then hit submit. Once you hit submit, that's basically the end of the game. There are in this case here, there are a total of 30 questions. 25 of them are multiple choice questions, similar to what you would have seen as you're doing the homework assignments. And the other 5 the remaining questions are short answer questions. Don't give me too little information. The short answer questions are at the very end, so you could just skip ahead to the very end if you think you need the time to do those, and then go back and do the multiple choice. Each of these multiple choice are worth 3 points. Each of the short answer questions, though, are worth 5 points. The short answer questions do have to be graded manually. So what that means is that the exam score itself, you won't be able to see that until I grade the short answer questions, and I'll do that the day after, so on the coming Monday. So you'll kind of just have to hang tight for a little bit, and then we'll see what the exam scores look like. If the class average is below 80%, then there would be a curve, and we'll just kind of go from there. Okay, so hopefully that's clear to everyone about what you need to do for the exam. If you have any questions on the lead up to this, let me know. But again, let me stress for you the fact that the exam is due at 11:55. And if it is a 2-hour exam, you need to allow yourself enough time to do that. I'll say this as well. Time is always a challenge for everyone, and if you're waiting until Sunday to do everything, I'm not going to fault you yet for your poor management of time. But if you are in that situation, I would suggest that you do the homework first, then do the exam, and submit the reflection papers late if you have to. Don't submit the exam late, and don't be the person that submits homework late. Do those first, and then submit the reflection papers if you have to do things in that order. Okay?